Greetings, everyone. Shaker 1967 here. Now, probably all of y'all have seen the news about the COVID vaccines and the fact that they have been proven to be very, very dangerous. Well, I'm going to be ranting about that. Now, here's the thing. When this stuff first popped up, everybody's, the lockdowns and the mask bit and everything, I'm like, this is very suspicious. However, here's the kicker. All of a sudden, miraculously, a week or maybe a month into it, this vaccine miraculously appears. Now, I have my suspicions, but they've been proven that the vaccine is dangerous. I never took it. Reason being is vaccines don't work on me personally. They literally work backwards. I could take a flu shot and wind up with the flu. Doctors say, oh, well, that's just normal. And it was proven that they work backwards. So that's why I don't take vaccines. Now, I knew if I took this, it would either make me very, very sick or it would kill me. One of the two. If I get it, I get it. Well, I've had it twice without the vaccine. And I kicked its butt both times. Both times I kicked its sorry butt. And that just proves that I'm made of a little bit tougher stuff. See, me and my siblings, along with our parents, we grew up in a house where only 3 rooms were heated. 3. That was the living room, the kitchen, and the bathroom, which was right off the kitchen. Couldn't afford to heat the whole house at that time. Couldn't do it. We would pile on blankets on us in the wintertime, wear long johns and pajamas with our pajama pants stuffed in socks. And in the mornings during school, we would get up in the dead of winter sometimes, be cold as crap in our bedrooms. We'd gather up our school clothes, go downstairs in the living room where it was warmer, and get dressed. Then we'd have to stand out there in the freezing cold and wait for the school bus. Now, my fiance's sister-in-law, Joanne, got this COVID, and the doctors say she died from it. Well, here is the problem. It was also proven that the FDA and the CDC prevented doctors from treating patients, fulfilling their Hippocratic oaths, mind you, because they could have used antivirals for the flu, which would have knocked it out. France did this, so did Germany, and it did. Those antivirals for the flu knocked the virus out. But of course, over here, the FDA and the CDC says, oh, no, we can't do that. We've got to have a clinical trial, and that could take 20, 30 years. Now, my fiance's sister-in-law didn't die from COVID. She died from the bureaucratic nonsense being spouted by the CDC and the FDA. And now it's been proven that the vaccine itself is dangerous and should never have been used. Never. Now, I don't know what y'all are going to think about this post. I don't rightly care. You can make whatever comment you want. But the thing is, I watch stuff. I listen. I observe. This rant isn't spur of the moment. I have been watching this for months. Even a couple of years, actually, since this business started, because I suspected something just wasn't right. I mean, something smelled rotten in Denmark, so to speak, and I'm not talking the red herring either. Something really smelled. And when something doesn't look right, sound right, or smell right, I know something's not right. So I quietly observed, watched, and listened. And now I'm making this rant. because everything that has happened since this COVID business is false. COVID is nothing but an overblown cold. I ought to know. I've had it twice without the vaccine and beat it both times. On my own, practically. Why? Because I know how to take care of myself. I was taking some vitamins. I have a habit of drinking orange juice like crazy. Anybody who knows me knows this. So it didn't hit me as hard as it would have had I not done any of that. But I still probably would have kicked its butt anyway. Now, I'm saying this, and I'm saying this as fact. COVID's nothing. If you're tough, if you've been through what I've been through in my lifetime, you'd be just as tough as I am. You wouldn't let anything like this keep you down. You wouldn't let anything like this, any bureaucrat say, oh, well, you're going to die from this. If you grew up like I did, then you're tougher than a lot of people give you credit for. My younger brother, my older sister, that's how we grew up. We grew up in a house where only 3 rooms were heated. If we got sick, it was serious. All right. Usually it was a cold or the flu, but a lot of the times we just shook it off like it was nothing. My younger sister, she lived good part of her life like that as well. But the thing is, my siblings, my parents, we were literally made of tougher stuff. Now, like I said, there may be some people out there that did do this, so just like me and my siblings, me and my family did. If you did, say something. Don't be afraid, because I'm not judging you. My anger is thoroughly set with the Democratic administrations at that time. And it just really burns the biscuits that this BS was allowed to happen when it shouldn't have been, when it should not have been. So your opinion, that's your opinion, and I will respect your opinion. All right? I've got mine, you've got yours. So we'll leave it at that. That's all for now. Peace.